In 1977, French electronic musician Zanov put out his second album, Moebius 256-301, and from that album, the track Enigma. Here the colliding sounds, we've got that really fizzy, fuzzy, electronic, uh, like sound right in the middle, kind of like a blanket. And then we've got that little tinkling, sparkling sounds going on all around it. God, I'm almost losing count of all the layers. We've also got some like droning, low synth sustains that are just like kind of. I'm hearing like a sustained synth, like deep down below. I'm hearing that fizzy thing in the middle, hearing the piercing, like darting across. It's mostly in E minor. That how he's doing that little sound that's kind of like almost is like an approximation of like a pizzicato type. Yeah, little staccato sound that's in there. That sounds like something's being plucked up, like except I know it's coming from an electronic instrument though. It's yeah. Got so many waves of that, like those trebly, fuzzy synth sounds. It's definitely got a theme to it. The influence you could say of countryman Jean-Michel Jarre. I don't know how like close the two may have been following, paying attention to one another, but it's hard to avoid. Except Zanov is considerably darker than Jean-Michel Jarre, and the sounds are just fuzzier all around. I noticed that he's got Zanov has tones all of his own. The like Jean-Michel Jarre, you could say has kind of like this like inner galactic type vibe to a lot of his music. Whereas this sounds more like just really. This sounds like neon rays in the dark is the vibe I'm getting from this. if we get to know more about his arsenal of keyboards other than just saying keyboards in any of the media that credits this. Well, oh, here on Discogs it says synthesizer ARP 2600, EMS VCS3, RMI harmonic, sequencer ARP. Okay. Let's hear the title track, Moebius 256. It's oftentimes it's not so much the main frame that I'm most drawn to, but it's the little whizzy sounds that kind of occur in the background or underneath the main element. It's like while that whole melody's going on, I'm paying attention to like the or like right there that those like little envelope sounds. It's amazing how many layers that these musicians will create just like on an arsenal of like on variations of basically the same instrumental family. It's like it's all synthesizers, but just different makes and models, different sounds, and like one of those keyboards will approximate like the bass or the rhythmic element. Another will be there kind of in lieu of what of like the middle or the frontal end, like what like a rhythm guitar would be doing or a lead instrument, and then like another it's like actually that thing that's front and center, that dum 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 dum, that might actually be approximating, say, what the vocalist would be carrying in a more conventional lineup with in a pop vocal number. I find this these tones very warm all around. It's a lot of it has to do with the dark vibe, just the and also the it's like that mixture of like overall dark vibe and feel with slightly trebly kind of luminous tones. I guess because everything's kind of like low end. There's nothing really like loud and kind of high and shrill. Sounds like say by contrast, I found a lot of Klaus Schulze's music from this period to be more glacial because of the kind of tones that he uses. And that you would definitely I could describe as icy. But this I find really warm. I feel like I'm in like a neon womb, a dark like it's a very comforting feel. This music. we've got some rhythmic elements that are just really persistent, but not intrusive. That it's just it's all just. And now things are fading in, fading out, taking over. Things like the rise in volume and then drop back down. Boom, 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 boom. Certain like bass figures kind of take over, emerge. Yeah, that was Zanov with Moebius 256 from the album of the same name. Zanov, or as he's known in real life, Pierre Zalkazanov, his performance name being just a truncation of his real name. Yeah, this, let's see, on jazzrocksoul.com, the entry for Zanov, it says, Zanov is the performance name of French electronic musician Pierre Zalkazanov, who released two albums in the Berlin School vein in 1976 and 1977. A third album followed in 1983, after which he went quiet until the 2010s when a growing cult around his reissued works prompted a comeback. Since 2014, he has released two CDs on his Zanov music label. In discography, let's see, Green Ray 1976, Moebius 256, 301 1977, In Course of Time 1983, and then two titles from just recent years, Virtual Future and Open Modes. Yeah, definitely carving out his own niche in the very rich, warm, colorful electronic music scene of the 1970s, with a sound all of his own. He had quite a I just love that whole dark kind of neon womb floating. So it's a very warm sound, and it's I like it's a sound that I equally enjoy listening to awake, and when I'm like kind of resting. I prefer to listen to it though in the dark with like colored lights on, kind of in dim colored lights, and overall warm and luminous and oh, just with neon color just illuminating from different corners. Yeah, just what the very vibe, the very essence that I look for in music like this. For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Zanov, see the directory of albums by French artists linked in the description below. You'll find Zanov on the very last page, I believe page 11, because I've got like 150 albums on there currently, and so right at the end of the alphabet. And like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the sounds that you heard, the tones, the instruments, where certain sounds were coming from, certain details. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.